Nancy will introduce you more formally to them a little after. We're going to play some tunes for us during the break. Thanks for coming out, everybody. This is great. So this is a really special night for us because this is the first awesome So Shore $1,000 live grant event. Tonight is the first time we're going to give away $1,000 to somebody to go make something awesome happen in our community. So Patrick, you want to give them a little overview of what awesome is and how this whole thing came to be?
Yeah, so hopefully most of you have heard of the Awesome Foundation, but anyone who hasn't, it all started in 2009 in Boston. And 10 friends got together and they all agreed that the world should be more awesome. So the way that they went about doing that is they decided they were going to give their own money to awesome ideas in their community. So fast forward to now, and there's 95 chapters of the Awesome Foundation all around the world, from Armenia to Zambia. And the way it works is 10 trustees of awesomeness get together once a month and bring $100 cash, and they give it to the most awesome idea that they hear that night. And it's not enough. There's the money
right there on her phones.
And it's not a... Yeah, better not be 100.
Some in this pocket.
And what we're definitely not is a not-for-profit. There's no bank account. There's no articles of incorporation. There's no board of directors. All it is the trustees getting together because they believe in awesomeness and bringing their money. So... what they're doing, the reason they're doing it is just because they believe that the world needs more awesomeness. So,
do you agree?
So at this point, you're probably thinking, how am I going to get an awesome grant? And it's actually surprisingly easy. All you have to do, well, the hard part is you got to come up with an awesome idea. And the awesome idea has to be something that's never been done before. It should make people smile, it should make people's day, or it should change people's lives. So once you got that idea, you got a big spectrum there. Making people smile is pretty easy. Once you got your idea, you go to awesomesouthshore.ca and you write about 250 words about your idea, and you submit it. And our trustees go into action and they choose the top 4 ideas from there. And the top 4, or in this case I think it's 3 tonight.
We got 3 tonight, yep.
Come out and they pitch their idea to a different group of trustees. So we got 10 trustees. We got 8 in the front row, plus Andrew and myself. And then we're going to decide, and we don't know how yet, whether we're going to arm wrestle or fist fight. It's going to be interesting. Whoever we decide is the most awesome, they get $1,000 cash, and off they go.
So that brings us to why we're all here. So we had 11 submissions this month, and it was really tough, let me tell you, to pick 4 of the most awesome out of that group. We had some fantastic submissions. Yeah, we've got 3 pitches tonight. So we're going to see their pitches here in a little bit. But maybe a few housekeeping items. Maybe introduce the rest of our trustees.
Yeah. Now right now we have 28 trustees out of
29 actually as of tonight.
29. The way we're going to do it is a little different. In Boston, they just had 10, but we're going to have 30. So every 3 months, you got to show up with your cash. So without the enthusiasm of the 29 people from the very beginning, we wouldn't be here tonight. So I wanted to just go through the list, and everyone who's here, if you're a trustee, just stand up and give a little wave, just to recognize everyone who's contributing to this. So Amelia and Mike Bishop. Ann and Dan Sutherland. Dwight Robar. In the back. Lynn Henniger. Mr. Andrew Button. Sarah Allen. Tracy Vandermolen. Andrew Blanchard. Tina Henniger. Brad Balcombe. Andrew Tanner. Patrick Henry. Owen Thomas. Matt Hall. Melanie Comstock. Ellen Fancy. Dale Rafuse. David Nurse. Susan Borno. John McIntyre. Boy, it's amazing how many people are giving all this money. The list seems really long. Ken Anthony. Ross Bunnell and Rita Langa. Bernadette Jordan. We're almost there. Tim Mary. Sylvia Ali. Sean Sears. Patty and Ian Culbert. Janice Tanner Ernst and Chris Ernst. And
The last one is Tom. Cool stuff. So, because appreciation and gratitude is awesome, thank you all for responding to the call. I basically shot out an email and said we got to make this happen on the South Shore. And 2 months later, we got 30 people, 29, soon to be 30, signing up saying we're in, without really knowing what they were committing to at the time, I should say. So, but we need to do this. So
it's
thank
very
you
hard
so
to
much.
explain.
Exactly. It's so easy. No strings. Seriously.
I think we're ready to go. So this is how it's going to work. We're going to have each group, we're going to call them up out of the audience. You have 4 minutes to present. And we have a timer. This over here is going to hold up a sheet that tells you how long you have left. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. And when you get to 4 minutes, we're going to cut you off. So make sure you're done. After that, you're going to have 4 minutes for the trustees to ask questions. And then another 4 minutes for the audience to ask questions. So if you forget anything or can't get anything in your first 4 minutes, you can sneak it in your questions. You answer the questions. Do like a politician, answer a completely different question. The other rule that we have is no one gets to use any visual technology, no PowerPoint or anything, because PowerPoint's not awesome.
And kicking old school is absolutely awesome.
We're going old school. So, I think we're ready. We've got 8 trustees up front. Andrew and I are going to be voting tonight as well, so we'll be in the corner seats here. And I think we're ready to go. So who's up first?
Up first will be Reward Scout, submitted by Jake Mosier. So come on up, Jake. Bernadette right there is going to have a sign at the 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. So you get the countdown so you can watch it for your time. Perfect. Kick it off, man.
Alright guys, my name is Jake Mosier and tonight I want to tell you about my awesome business idea, which is a mobile phone app called Reward Scout, which instantly rewards consumers for filling out surveys while shopping in their favorite stores through incentives such as a discount on their purchase. So every time you've been in a retail store or a restaurant, you've probably noticed at the bottom of your receipt there was a code where you could go online to fill out a survey for some kind of reward, such as an entry into a draw. So the problem is no one ever takes the time to actually fill these things out. My research so far has actually shown that only 18% of people fill out these surveys more than once a month. So obviously this is a problem. Consumers have valuable information that businesses want, but filling out surveys is a time-consuming process, and the incentives offered to customers just are simply not worth their time. So again, this is a major problem for businesses, and that's where Reward Scout would come in. So the way that these surveys are typically administered is that, as I said, on the receipt, businesses will have a code where people can go online to do the survey, but people typically forget about them by the time they're home and done shopping. What Reward Scout would do would be to allow businesses to actually push these surveys to their customers while they're shopping in the store and receive the responses in real time. So not only would this help to dramatically boost businesses' response rate to these surveys, but actually offer customers a brand new way to save money while they're shopping. So how would this app work? Well, when you open it up, you'd see a list of your favorite businesses. You can then click on the branch nearest to you and see the reward you would receive for filling out a survey. You can then click on the survey, fill it out, and once you click submit, you would be given a code that could be scanned at the cash register to receive your reward. So once we've got all this data collected, we'd be able to provide our business clients with detailed analytic reports on their customer data. There are other competitors competing in the survey secret shopper space, but Reward Scout would be the only one that actually gives customers an instant reward while they're shopping, and the only one that would make this convenience accessible to a massive number of people in every single store. So if we want to talk about the market size for this product, it's kind of hard to estimate, but when you think about, take for example, the grocery retailing industry, there was $35.5 billion spent last year alone in the United States on marketing and market research expenses. So that's just one industry. Think about all the Walmarts, the McDonald's, the Future Shops, all these huge companies that spend billions of dollars every year on marketing and market research. And just think if even a tiny percentage of these expenses were allocated to customer feedback surveys, how big the potential market for this product could be. We'll make money from the product by simply charging businesses for every survey that's administered with some kind of additional fee per question, so something like 10 cents a question. So in conclusion, I think that Reward Scout has the potential to revolutionize the way that businesses administer customer feedback surveys. And if selected as the winner tonight, the funds will be used towards prototype development and additional market research. Thanks, guys.
Great closure, everybody. So we got 4 minutes for questions from the trustees. Matt.
So what do you do, Joe?
Sorry?
What do you do?
I just graduated with my BCom from Mount Allison, going to my MBA next year.
Are you a programmer? Would you develop it yourself, or would you contract that work out?
No, I don't have much of a programming background, but I do have somebody who's quite interested in the idea and interested in continuing to work on it and actually develop the app for me.
Is that what the $1,000 is for? Is
Yeah.
Pay for something or something?
So does the customer get an instant reward at the checkout in the store when they're shopping, or how is it?
Yeah, so you fill out the survey on your phone,
Yeah.
and then there would be a code that comes up, so it'd be the same way that like any kind of regular coupon code would work up. The company would have it stored in their system, so they just scan the code on their phone, it matches, the code in their system for that discount, and the customer instantly gets the discount applied to their purchase.
How do you discover that? How do you discover that?
Sorry?
That survey. How does a person discover the survey?
So it would use location, the location feature, so it can tell how far away you are from the store on your phone, and when you see the local branch on your phone, it'll say, okay, you can do this survey once you're within whatever 0.2 kilometers of this location, that kind of thing. And it could actually send push notifications, so if I'm shopping and I have my phone and the app open, I can see, okay, I'm close to this store, I could do this survey right now for this reward if I wanted to, that kind of thing.
I like the
I like the idea of the proximity because I think you have something. I think there's something interesting there.
Yeah.
Because there is that kind of need for businesses to try to reach out and use all the different means to do so, and so using kind of the location concept kind of interests me. But I guess that one of the things that I'm interested in is the idea that once someone has given kind of permission to the app, that they'll start to get this stuff kind of frequently, because I know one of the issues with apps and social media is return of business, like return visits to that app or to that site. So can you talk about how it would be of value to me beyond like using it once a month? Why am I going to use it twice a month or 3 times? Why am I going to come back to it?
Well, the assumption I'm making is anyone who downloads this app is someone who wants to save money. So every time I go shopping, if I know if I use this app, I have the potential to save 2 or 3% on my purchase. I can receive notifications to do that while I'm in the stores, but it'd be something you could easily just turn off notifications from if you don't want to be bothered with it on a certain day, that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so 4 minutes for questions from the audience. Does anybody have questions for Jake? Right in the back, Steve.
Just wondering if you've approached any major retailers or any major, say, fast food franchises yet?
I was actually connected with kind of a big wig at Canadian Tire, and he's involved in executing their customer loyalty program. And he was quite interested in the idea, and he said, a lot of companies are kind of looking for something like this right now. And he actually offered to give me a bit of coaching as I move forward with the idea. So, but that's about it so far. But I definitely need to talk with more people kind of in that position here.
How do you get the app to the people?
So it's a free download. You can just download it on the App Store, the Android stuff. Yeah.
Sean.
Most survey apps are post-transaction, and they're surveying on what actually experience you had in the transaction. So yours seems to contemplate a survey prior to the transaction. So how is that going to distinguish between a typical receipt-related survey? Is it more product-related?
Yeah, I see it being more product related and more kind of your general experience. So, okay, like how questions could be like, how did our employees treat you while you were in the store? Was the facility clean? Just anything about the general experience while you're actually shopping. Yeah.
It seems to me that you're targeting kind of in the moment, because most people take the receipt, they throw it in the box, and they don't actually do the survey. But if in the moment, if you're like get pinged, say like a push notification, saying, hey, you should do a survey right now, that makes more sense. I think people would actually do the survey at the moment.
Yeah, and I think there's an added value as well too, because you're never going to be more connected to a company than when you're actually in the store shopping. And I think there's a big difference between filling out a survey while you're in that position versus when you're home, not really thinking about your day out shopping, I guess.
Okay, we probably have time for a couple more questions right here in front.
I don't know whether you've already said. I'm just wondering how you're planning on getting this idea out to the people. So great idea, but how are people going to know?
Yeah, so that's obviously kind of the biggest challenge. The way I see it, if we could just get one company like a Canadian Tire or even a smaller company to kind of sign on, it's in their best interest to help us push the idea out there. So they've got email lists with tons of customers that they could just say, try out our new app, fill out a survey, get a discount while you're shopping with us, that sort of thing. So that's how I would envision that happening.
Great. One more question.
Have you said how long the survey would be in time to take to fill out?
It would really depend. That would be up to the business clients, so they could decide how long the survey needs to be, and then corresponding to that, they could decide how big the reward should be. So obviously, a longer survey should be a bigger reward to the customer, I would think.
Great. Jake Mosher, guys. What a great way to get things kicked off. That was awesome. I think we might hear that word once or twice. Next up is Lunenburg Community Garden, submitted by Alicia Steves. Come on up. think they have some things to get set up, so we give them about 3 minutes in between pitches to get things fired up. So they'll get set up and we'll get rolling.
I agree. Fishing kind of gains their time.
So they're all set to go. So we have Lunenburg Community Garden.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you trustees for having us. My name is Kara.
My name is Michelle.
And I'm Andrew, and we're some of the representatives at the Lunenburg Community Garden. We're here to talk about a project that we've been working on all winter to bring a sustainable green space to the heart of the town of Lunenburg. We want it somewhere that people can get together, they can gather, they can share, they can celebrate the simple act of growing, learning, eating healthy food.
Now doesn't that sound like an awesome foundation?
You mean awesome in the sense that it is something that is really impressive and sort of daunting, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, we had a 40-page document that we worked all winter on. We presented it to the town of Lunenburg, filled with all these facts, figures, legal jargon, stuff that you think you're going to start a community garden, it's going to be easy. Yeah, but we wanted to do it right. We wanted to make sure that we had it in a good location and that it was accessible to everybody.
Now this, the document is pretty great, but that's not really the most awesome part about the garden. Let's talk about the benefits of the garden.
Well, the garden is located at the Academy building, so you know the grounds of that. It's going to be a really prime location. We have 20 beds that have been built out of hemlock up there, thanks to our carpenters who have been doing the building, and we have all the gardeners signed up, ready to go, ready to start gardening.
The garden will foster the growing of, cooking, eating, and preserving of local great food.
We have barbecues.
We're going to have a children's garden.
Workshops.
Education.
Mentoring opportunities for people that are just learning how to garden.
We're going to have a newsletter that has recipes and gardening tips.
Medicinal herb beds.
We're going to have an investment in the youth of Lunenburg.
And we're going to create a strong community where young people can get together and, get connected to the community and want to raise a family.
It's going to be a place to gather,
meet,
share,
greet,
and get dirty. Get dirty by planting radishes,
cucumbers,
kale,
spinach,
onions,
peppers,
tomatoes.
Hey, we can have a salsa making competition.
We can have a salsa dancing competition.
Oh yeah.
And salsa dancing lessons.
Really good idea.
All great gardens need great soil. Awesome food comes from awesome soil. And And in order to get our garden growing in the right direction, we need to start out with an awesome foundation of soil to fill these beds. So soil is nutrition for plants, and plants are nutrition and a connection with the earth, with the soil for us, which is the best. Great garden soil has a pH of it has lots of organic matter, and it has good drainage and millions of microorganisms growing in it, and accessible micronutrients in the soil. So we really need awesome soil to make our garden awesome.
So this is where you come in, Awesome Foundation. We need $1,000 to bring us up to our goal of $2,700 for the soil rich soil that we need to get our garden growing.
So we need you to invest in our garden because this is a project that is going to be growing and growing and growing for years to come.
So we have 4 minutes for questions for Lunenburg Community Garden from the trustees. Any questions?
Heavy dressing.
Sorry.
So is some of this food going back to food banks or communities or families in need?
Yes, we have 20 beds, and they're rented out to plot holders who we have, as we said, and then they are going to be able to do with it what they want with that food. Some people have been interested in donating to the food bank. Personally, I want to be giving to the food bank, and we're also going to have communal beds where anyone can come and garden for more perennial plants as well, and herbs, which hopefully we'll be able to have a plethora of good things to give to people who need it.
And our goal is to work with the schools to develop that sort of education, and also to work with the food bank, because also a big thing with donating food to the food bank is making sure that people are have the skills to be able to turn that into food. So one of our goals in the future is to...
How many of you are involved in the project?
We have a steering committee of 9 currently, and then there's also a whole array of people that are involved in the project.
20 plus pot holders and a lot of volunteers as well.
We're going to do projects that are open to the community as well. There's going to be public events, and we're going to hold workshops so that people can learn more about gardening and food in this space.
Bring people together.
We want to partner with local festivals like the Folk Harbor Festival, have a stage there. The garden's kind of like the southwest facing, so the sunset there, garden,
Magic.
We really see this as bringing an energy back to the Academy building, which sort of is in a holding pattern for several years. So this is a way of kind of bringing a life back to the grounds there, starting at the roots, starting at the foundation.
Cool. Any more questions from the trustees?
What do you have growing there now?
Nothing.
Well,
We need soil. So right now it's just
if you go up there, there's the beds, and we have 16 beds that are pretty much this exact size, and then we have 4 that are raised up for people with accessibility issues.
And you said the $1,000 would help reach the goal that you need to get done
with soil.
We've been working really hard on fundraising, and it'd be awesome to be able to plant something.
And the season is, it's upon us. So.
How much do you rent? If an individual wanted to rent a plot, how much would it cost them?
$40.
Yeah, $40.
$40.
Which is 10% of what the bed costs to build and fill the soil. And
So we wanted to keep it accessible for people.
Yeah.
That's the rental for the year, and then every year it'll change over.
Okay. Questions from the audience? I think, Tom, you had your hand.
Where do you expect to get the soil?
We're going to get it probably from the dairy farmer that you can see on the way to the ferry. Probably. We've gotten a couple of quotes, but he's got really great soil, which I'm really into. really nice.
Right, nope. Sean, you have another question?
What's the plan for sustainability of the soil? Like you bring the soil in one soon and deplete it, do you have a...
We're going to have composters on site so that we can compost the plant matter, and we're going to be building up the fertility of the soil for many years. They're going to be raised beds, so we're not actually digging into the ground at the academy. So we're going to have to be like contributing to soil fertility every year. So hopefully with the plant matter that's there and by bringing stuff in.
We also have a local cafe who's going to be donating coffee grounds and eggshells for our compost, and we're going to rotate a bed each year so we can have a green manure crop on the beds so that they give them a break and it gives them more nutrients.
Awesome
Awesome.
Is the town of Lunenburg supportive of your project?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was what our 40-page document was all about. Getting them on board. So they gave us, permission to use the academy building.
And we were concerned about the compost issue. We're like, we'll have compost bins and we'll remove the compost site because we thought that would be unsightly for them. We were concerned about that, but they were real. They said, we don't want to pick up your compost. Would you be okay to compost on site?
We're like, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any more questions from the audience?
Actually, what about security? Like, is it an issue of just random people going and picking other people's stuff?
Yeah, because if you don't protect these radishes, I'm coming.
But we're hoping that our presence at the academy building will actually deter people from vandalizing the site because we're showing an investment in the site and we're a presence there. And I mean, if some people want to come up and eat a few radishes, hopefully it'll just mean they want to learn how to garden.
The rabbits can't jump that high, so that's good, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, dear.
Have you applied for any other grants to help fund this effort? And have you been successful?
We haven't heard back yet.
It was a while with working out the agreement with the town to be sure that we had the location solidified before we could apply for the grants. So sort of the cart before the horse thing.
Yeah.
Do you have fences for deer?
Yeah, so the plan is to do what the Bridgewater Community Garden did with their deer issue, was to basically have a stake in each four corners and then having chicken wire or netting up around each bed. That way, instead of having a fence around the entire perimeter of the garden, people could still come in and interact with it, and then when gardening needs to happen, just pull back the fence and garden.
And were they successful with that?
Bridgewater, yes.
They've been doing it for a few years.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Lunenburg Community Garden.
We should just give a thank you to Michelle and Dave and Kim from Pleasant Valley Farms for growing that food.
We give a couple minutes and we'll get the next pictures up here in a second. Okay. 2 awesome pitches so far. And I'm sure a third awesome pitch coming right up. So we have Jonathan Gregorish. Did I get that right, Jonathan?
Got it.
Awesome. With a 100-foot mega obstacle course.
Whoa! I brought a friend to help me. I was nervous, so I brought a friend. Is that okay?
That's awesome. Bring him on up.
Give me a clicker. My name is Jonathan Gregorish, and I'm the Communications Director for Lunenburg County YMCA. With me today, I have the bravest volunteer I think I've ever had. This is Erin. I'm extremely excited to be taking a rare opportunity and pitch an idea that I would not have a chance to do otherwise. I would first like to note that I feel our awesome idea is worth much more than $1,000. But luckily for all of us, the one component I need will cost just under that. Throwing myself into your generous graces, my associate and I humbly request that the Lunenburg County YMCA be granted $1,000 to fund a 100-foot, completely inflatable, seriously fun obstacle course.
Jonathan, you spoke of an awesome idea worth much more than that. Do you want to explain to the good folks a little more what you mean?
I would be delighted to. First of all, this 100-foot, completely inflatable, seriously fun obstacle course would not be awesome unless everyone could use it. But I have a great opportunity for when we can do this.
Can you share when or where this might be?
I'd be delighted to. Having successfully received $1,000 awesome to cover the cost of rental, care, and supervision of the inflatable obstacle course, it will be available for the entire community to try at YMCA Healthy Kids Day, which is actually hosted Sunday at Lunenburg County YMCA from 12 to 2.
Whew. That's really quick, mate. How can you pull it off that fast?
Too easy. I'll let the judges handle that one after I get to the best part.
Well, what's the best part?
Well, you see, every June, YMCAs across Canada host YMCA Healthy Kids Day as a free, fun family event. We invite community partners to join together and offer great activities, healthy services, exciting promotions, and of course have fun prizes. We get a lot of help from our volunteers to keep this celebration free. That way anybody can come and learn from the best parts of their community while having fun.
So where does the 100-foot, completely inflatable, seriously fun obstacle course fit into all this?
I'm glad you asked, Aaron. That is the best part. Well, for anyone to use this awesome obstacle course, they will have to learn, earn, and play. First, you learn about an activity, service, or promotion that a Healthy Kids Day partner has there on display. For each community partner you visit, you earn a play token. For 5 play tokens, you then may enjoy the 100-foot, completely inflatable, seriously fun obstacle course.
So, there's no admission? It's still completely free?
You bet. The event will cost no money. But since we're leaving capitalism behind and need to shift toward building community, great connections become the currency. At the YMCA, we feel that in order to build a healthy community, we must first build healthy relationships. My vision places an important focus on the relationship between Healthy Kids Day visitor and the community. I feel that if we can create a new community connection between youth and families, not pushing anyone into it, but in a way that people want to participate, we can be successful. Out of all the healthy connections participants and volunteers will make on Healthy Kids Day, I hope you'll agree, everybody back there too, that on a truly awesome idea is a unique, fun, and engaging opportunity to build strong and healthy and happy relationships. Finally, we hope to have given you beautiful people insight to our awesome concept. We hope to see you on Sunday, this Sunday, in line for the 100-foot,
completely inflatable,
seriously
fun obstacle course.
He just dropped the mic. 4 minutes for questions from the trustees. Tracy.
Okay, what kind of obstacles are we going to be experiencing in this?
Obstacle courses that take you up, that take you down, take you around, take you through, take you under, while still being completely safe.
Does a giant bouncy castle, kind of?
That you would rent.
Sorry?
That you would rent for this event?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. If you can imagine it. Imagine the gargantuan fun you could have on this sort of thing.
Adults and children, or for little kids?
Adults and children. Anybody who wishes to participate.
Able to jump on this?
You can jump, you can bounce, you can...
You can have fun, man.
Yeah.
No limit on
He's
fun.
selling for you now.
Okay. Do Awesome Foundation trustees get to go in for free?
As I said before, this is completely free. After you build that healthy relationship, after you make that gap. This is the big important part of the day. 5 tokens, 5 people like Andrew who want to make a difference in the community. People that are supporting an activity, supporting a promotion, supporting something that's making this place awesome to be in. It's already awesome, we just want people to realize that.
So is this to purchase the equipment, or is this to help, go towards purchasing the equipment, or is this just to help this day happen?
You're alluding to something in the future, and I like that. Because ideally, any event, you want to be sustainable. You want this to continue on every year. I don't want to set the bar too high for next year and go, well, this sucks. I'd really like to see the community partners in the community buy into this event. YMCA is in Canada. I've been chatting with Y Canada representatives on a larger pay scale than me. More important pay scale, I guess. Maybe not larger, virtually. Which is why I need to be here to talk about this in front of you guys. We're looking at partnerships and sponsorships next year. So perhaps a really, really engaging business who sees the benefit of having this funded for the day, they're going to step in and be like, we'll be your champion for that event. But it's easier to do that when you have an opportunity like this to have it funded by a group of awesome people who already believe in it. I hope that wasn't too wordy.
Time for one more question? Yep. Anybody?
Back? Just,
In the back.
In like the event that you weren't able to secure the course for this Sunday, will your event still happen? Will your event still be a success?
Absolutely. We have over 30 community community organizations. We have businesses, not-for-profit groups, organizations that will be there regardless. So I cordially invite everyone here to stop by Sunday from 12 to 2 and really just have an awesome time, regardless of the 100-foot amazing thing.
Where is it?
At the YMCA Lunenburg County, 75 High Street, Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, B4V1V8.
Cool. Any more questions from the audience?
Can you get it by Sunday?
I'm very happy you asked that. I put in the plug and nobody...
I know.
Yes, I have a great contact at Bounce Kingdom, who's located in Nova Scotia. I had talked to him about maybe running this with sponsorship for next year. And then this opportunity came up and I sent him this wonderful email. We're on a very personal level now. So Dana, I have an awesome opportunity. I might get a chance to get it this year. Could you do it? And I couldn't tell you if we could until about 4 days before the event. And he said that was fine. He understands what we're trying to do, the community, the main vision, and so he's really willing to push it out for us. So yes I can.
John, are you buying this device or renting it?
We are renting. Sorry, I got too wordy before. We're not buying, we're just renting. And that's includes the liability aspect too. But since it's safe and secure and very bouncy, we're fine.
Any other questions?
Yes, he's single.
This is going to be awesome.
You'd like to pitch for a wedding for next year?
That's next year's one.
I owe you $1,000 of you. I was just wondering if you could challenge, let's say you were to be awarded the $1,000 tonight, your friend who runs the company to, potentially see some of that as a down payment to ownership in the future?
It would be a great conversation to have. I'd love to work. I feel that this is a person we can work with in the future. And moving forward, I think he's going to be a great supporter of Healthy Kids Day, whether or not we grow this opportunity now, which we think would be great, or in the future. So I think so. You're onto something. Let's talk about this after.
Rent to buy,
Rent to own, man. We could do it.
Going once, going twice. 100-foot mega awesome obstacle course. Okay. 3 awesome pitches. What do you say? This is going to be extremely tough for the 10 of us, just so you know. So what we're going to do, we're going to take some time to talk about which pitch we'll walk away with $1,000. And while we do that, we have the awesome entertainment of Road Trip Boogie. Nancy's going to introduce you to them. Once she does that, then we're going to get everybody clear out there and go enjoy the music while we stay in here and do like mixed martial arts or something. everybody back in?
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Road Trip Boogie? Cool. So we've made a decision. Very hard. Let me tell you. But before we announce who's going to walk away with our first $1,000 from Awesome South Shore, could not do any of this without a bunch of people making it happen. So I'd like to first of all thank the Fisheries Museum of the Atlantic for giving us this awesome venue. Angela has been like super great to deal with. She made everything so easy. The banners and our website hosting, Dwight Robar, Digital Fusion, they helped us with that. Of course, the band. Absolutely, the band. And John McCarthy, who's got a bunch of GoPros going around. He's been taking a bunch of pictures. He's going to be doing our video and some photography. So, John, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And Tina Henniger and the folks at the Lighthouse Media Group, they've been super awesome, helping us get the word out. If you may have noticed in some parts of the South Shore, random boxes of candy and chocolate bars. As if you want to make something awesome, go to awesomesouthshore.ca and pitch your idea. That was all Tina's doing. So just to wrap things up before we announce our winner, we have until June the 15th to submit your awesome idea for the June grant event, which is going to be on June the 25th in Liverpool. Exact location to be announced. So go to Facebook, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Awesome_SSNS is our Twitter handle. Nothing complicated. Let me do that again. Awesome_SSNS is our Twitter handle. So go there. That's where we'll be announcing the exact location of our next event and our future events. So go there, follow us, like us, and share with your friends. And most of all, think of an awesome idea, pitch it, because you could be walking away with $1,000 like our winner tonight. Okay? Okay. So, without further ado, we're not put the winner. How was your idea?
That's not awesome.
$100 bills, yo.
You got it all.
Okay, and I have to tell you, this was a really tough decision. 3 awesome pitches, and for the folks that didn't get the $1,000 tonight, they can resubmit their idea again up to 5 times. So you can resubmit if you don't win on a certain month. Next month there are going to be a different 10 people that are going to be looking at the submissions, and a different 10 people that are going to be giving away their $1,000. So just because you didn't walk away with the grand tonight doesn't mean you can't submit an idea again. So I really encourage you to do that. So
Andrew, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
If people in the audience really loved an idea,
Yes.
can they help support that idea?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
I'm glad you asked, Sarah. If you really like one of the other ideas, and actually I got this sort of inspiration for this from a couple of folks in Halifax that are great friends of mine that started a chapter there. And quite often what will happen is some of the other ideas will find the $1,000 they need from somebody in the crowd. So if you know where these folks can find another $1,000 to help make their awesome idea happen, by all means, I encourage you to seek them out. Okay? So I feel like we should do a drum roll or something. Definitely a drum roll. So the winner of the first $1,000 from Awesome South Shore is Lunenburg Community Garden. Okay, quick photo op.
This is so big a group. This is the camera you're looking at.
Great job, Beth. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming out, folks. Have a safe drive home.